I am speaking with the Lethbridge Hurricanes third round pick, 60th overall, Logan McCutcheon. Logan, how was your summer? And now that we're back into hockey season a little bit.
It was good. It was a little different start to things, but it's starting to get back to normal, and it's good to be back.
So what are you doing right now? Are you playing with the Saskatoon Blazers, the U18 AAA team you played with last season? Or what are you up to stay on the ice and stay in shape?
Yeah, I'm with the Blazers right now. We're just kind of practicing lots. We think that we'll be able to start playing games soon, which will be good.
Who's better this year, Blazers or Contacts?
I think I got to go Blazers, but they're both looking pretty good, so it should be some good games.
That's nice to hear. Well, last season was a tremendous year for you. You got to play in the WHL Cup, which we'll touch on, but you also got to go to Lethbridge Hurricanes training camp for the first time. And what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was a really good experience just to be able to play with players that good, and it was just crazy just to be able to be there and try and compete with them.
Yeah, is there a moment that stuck out for you that was like, oh, wow, I'm lining up against Dylan Cousins or Kalen Addison right now?
I think just one of the games, me and Kalen Addison were D partners, and that was just one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me, being able to play with him.
Well, after that, you went back to the Blazers. You had a great year with Saskatoon. You ended up putting up 32 points in 41 games, which is very impressive for a defenseman, especially a first-year defenseman in that league. And you also played at the WHL Cup that you guys won. That's a long week. It's a tough week. But what was that experience like for you and Team Saskatchewan?
Yeah, that was one of the best hockey memories I'll ever have. Just how well we played and how well we competed throughout that entire week is something that I'll never forget.
When you look at your own game, and for people who've never seen you play before, what type of player are you? Or could you describe the type of player you are to somebody that's never seen you play?
I'm a smaller defenseman, so I try and use my good stick and body positioning to do well on defense, but use my skating and puck skills to create offense.
Where do you think you need to develop the most?
I think I just need to get bigger and stronger to help me in the defensive zone.
Well, that's a very important thing, especially for a smaller defenseman, certainly like I definitely was when I was in the Western League. But you've actually played 4 games with the Lethbridge Hurricanes already last season. What was that like to go from the training camp experience to the actual regular season experience?
Yeah, it was really cool just to be able to line up against other WHL teams. It was really cool, and I'll never forget that.
Well, let's shift away from the rink here. Let's get to know a little bit about who you are and what you like to do. Is there a TV show you're watching right now that you just can't get enough of?
I watched The Office a lot.
Yeah, who's your favorite character?
Probably Dwight.
If you had to compare yourself to one person on The Office, who would it be?
I think maybe Jim. I just think he's a nice guy. Likes to make people laugh. Tries to make people better people.
Sometimes he doesn't try to make Dwight that good of a person all the time. If you could have dinner with one person who's living or alive, who would that person be?
Uh, that's a tough one. I think maybe Eric Carlson. For a long time, he was my favorite defenseman in the NHL. I think he plays a similar way that I do now, and I think just to talk to him about his game and how he plays would be really cool.
Um, what's your favorite meal to have before a game?
Just pasta and chicken, just simple.
Not a vegetable in sight on that plate, huh? Then my last question for you here. What's been your favorite hockey memory?
I think winning gold with Team Sask at the WHL Cup.
Yeah,
That was just a crazy experience.
Well, Logan, thanks for taking time out of your day. I hope you're staying healthy and safe, and I wish you the best of luck as you start your season with the Blazers.
Yeah, thanks for having me.